So as someone who's a registered libertarian, it bugs me sometimes when I see people that don't get their way in the elections constantly blaming third parties. And it's like, take responsibility for your actions and stop blaming other people. Because that's it, it's so annoying and it's so petty. It's just like it's so childish. And when I saw, like, of course, the if you didn't know, the midterms were the night that I'm recording this, and everyone's blaming the Green Party. Like, the Green Party is trending now because apparently certain Democratic candidates did not win, and I'm assuming the margin of victory was less than the amount of Green Party votes. So now people are blaming the Green Party, and it's like, no, that's not how this works at all. The thing is, it is the responsibility, or it's the duty of every party to put forth a candidate that they believe accurately represents them. Now, the whole reason the Green Party and Libertarian Party and any other third party like Constitution Party, Justice Party, any of these parties, the reason they exist is because they don't feel like either of the main two parties or any of the other existing parties accurately represent their beliefs. And that's okay. If you don't believe if you don't believe a party represents your beliefs enough to where you want to vote for them, that is fine. There is nothing wrong with that. Like, don't get caught up in the petty politics of like, oh, you have to vote for this person. You must vote for this person because if you don't vote for this person, it's a vote for this other person. And no, that's not the case. If you want to vote tactically, then that's fine. But you have no obligation to. You have no obligation to vote for one candidate to stop another candidate. And I'm not saying, of course, in this video, I'm specifically referring to like the left attacking the Green Party, but of course the right does it too all the time. Basically, whoever loses the election always blames the third party. And that's stupid. That's like so incredibly stupid because they're just not taking responsibility. So if I'm a member of, if I'm a member of the Democratic Party, or if I'm like a candidate running for the Democratic Party, it is my job. It is the job of my team. It is the job of the Democratic Party to make me look good. I would also argue this is purely from a tactical political sense, but I would argue from a moral sense also that obviously you want to put forth a candidate that not just people want to vote for, but also one that actually does good for the world, of course. But if we're talking, again, just politics, it's your job to put forth the candidate that the most amount of people like. It's your job to convince people to vote for you. No one is entitled to vote for you. Or actually, let me correct that. You are not entitled to votes. No one is obligated to vote for you. There we go, much better. And now people are going on saying like, oh, you should have voted for the left. How dare you vote for the Green Party? Well, that's the fault of the Democratic Party. And the same thing when I've voted Republican in the past. I've voted Libertarian in the past. When I vote Libertarian, it's because the Libertarian candidate is better than the Republican candidate. And that's why I vote. Like, the Republican Party doesn't own my votes, neither does any other party, neither does the Libertarian Party. I vote for who I think will do the best job. When it's nobody, I don't vote at all. Or I write in someone. But that's the thing. Like, people are complaining about people not voting for someone they wanted to, and it's like, that is your problem. That is your fault. And it's their own fault. Like, get over it. And I'm sure like this applies to anything. Again, the right will lose plenty more elections. The Republican Party will lose a ton of elections in the future at some point. I'm not making a prediction. I'm just saying obviously it's inevitable that the Republicans are eventually going to lose one election somewhere in the United States. And when that happens, those people will probably blame the Libertarian Party or like third parties. And it's like, no, that's stupid. Nobody is entitled to your vote. So I just want to go through the Green Party like trending hashtag here because it's just people complaining and throwing tantrums, and it's hilarious. That is something that whenever I make videos complaining, I'm complaining because it's partially hilarious and ridiculous, not because it actually makes me mad. Like, sometimes you get riled up, but it's like, it's all in good fun. These people are being morons. So, according to Alyssa Milano, you know what sucks? Because of our unwillingness to pass policy that protects our election integrity, I immediately think the Green Party votes tonight are Russian meddling. Why else would anyone cast a protest vote in Ohio when there's so much else at stake? Okay, two things. One, is it possible that it's Russian meddling? I suppose it is possible. I suppose, theoretically, that it's possible, so I'm not saying it isn't. But but Alyssa, when you're looking at this, and you see people have a different opinion than you, and you think it must be the Russians, that is just showing your own closed-mindedness. That is just showing that you cannot fathom how someone has a different opinion than you, that you think it must be like Russians or some kind of corruption. It's like, no, people just disagree with you. That's the most likely solution here. People just disagreed with you, and people don't take this. It's not that they don't take it as seriously. They really don't believe there is as much at stake. Which honestly, it's like get off your moral high ground. like stop complaining about other people. Like, if people didn't vote, if you were so serious, if there was so much at stake here, why didn't you do a better job of convincing people? It's as simple as that. If things didn't go your way, why didn't you do a better job? I mean, I'm not from Missouri, but I wanted Austin Peterson to win the primary. He didn't win the primary. I suppose that's my fault. I never did any campaigning for him or anything. I don't even know if I can. I don't even know if I can because I'm not from Missouri. But that's the thing. Like, I'm not complaining. I'm not saying, I'm not mad at Republicans for voting for Josh Hawley instead. It's just like, okay, that's the way things went. We'll have to try better next time. We'll just have to, this is time to look at ourselves and figure, okay, we have to work harder. This is not a time to push the blame on other people. So I have no idea who this guy is, but he's verified, so it's usually a bad sign. If you're a liberal in Ohio, in OH12, I guess Ohio District 12, and voted for the Green Party candidate, you may not be receiving a Christmas card from your Democratic friends this year. Imagine being that mad about politics. Glenn Greenwald, who I like. I disagree with him on quite a bit, but I think he's a decent person. Political science research shows that if Dem partisans spend enough time online mocking and screaming and heaping scorn on Green Party voters, they'll eventually decide the Democratic Party is their home and start loyally voting for whatever Democrat you stick in front of them. Exactly. Because the thing is, if things don't go your way and you throw, like, there are two types of, I know there's a million different ways to say there are two types of people. But in this case, like, there are two types of people. You have the people that when things don't go their way, they're like, well, what did I do wrong? How can I make things better? Like, they go through and they say, how can I change my actions to make things go my way? And then you have the other type of people which are like, I'm going to throw a tantrum until people, like, do what I want. I'm going to make life around me, for the people around me, so miserable until people just want me to shut up and do what I want. And that's what a lot of the people complaining about the Green Party are doing. It's like, no. If you start complaining about all the Green Party people, they're going to look at you and say, all I did was I voted for the party that I thought represented me the best. And now you're attacking me and saying I'm a horrible person. Screw you. I'm never voting for you again. I'm never listening to you again. You're a horrible human being. And that's also the life lesson there. If you find yourself throwing tantrums, don't do that. Remember, the Green Party elected George Bush in 2000 as well. Okay, Billy Eichner. Dear Green Party, can you please wait to make your symbolic votes at a time when our government isn't being overrun by white supremacists? Come at me, I don't care. Imagine thinking that our government is being overrun by white supremacists. Like, imagine being stuck in that kind of echo chamber to believe that. That's nuts. But yeah, they're making, I don't even know, I mean, I suppose it is by definition a symbolic vote because they know the Green Party is not going to win, but it's like every vote counts. Every vote makes the Green Party look better. Oh my god, I can't talk. Every vote makes the Green Party look better. Obviously, they're trending now because some people voted for the Green Party. Now, I'm sure there are plenty of people that didn't even know the Green Party existed until now. If a house is engulfed in flames, you can always rely on the Green Party to stand on the sidelines and yell at the folks working their asses off to put out the fire that they're holding the water hose the right way. That they're not holding the water hose the right way. No. Man, everyone is getting in on owning the libs. Even the Green Party rolled up for it. That's funny. Yet another Green Party candidate screwing a Democrat in Ohio. I'm guessing that's the guy that ran for the Green Party. But just be aware, Democrats, this guy, a lot of people, apparently enough people, in your opinion, thought this guy was better than the person you put up. So just saying, it's not him, it's you. This is Joe Manchin, Green Party, a.k.a. the guy with 1,100 plus votes in Ohio 2012, 0.6% tonight, whose support is nearly the difference between Balderson and O'Connor. Here's the end of a disastrous interview he did in March where he can't quite remember his own campaign website. So that's a bit confusing because I legitimately don't understand what would make someone tweet this. Like, are they mad at this guy now and they're trying to destroy his life? Are they trying to make him look stupid? Like, are they trying to make him look stupid? Because all that's going to do is show, like, okay, like, here's the thing. If you lose to a stupid person, which a lot of people think, like, oh, wait, Hillary lost to a stupid person, like, that doesn't make you look good. That doesn't make the voters look stupid. That makes you look stupid because you lost to someone like that. According to them, this guy stopped the Democrats from winning, and he's apparently, or so I'm told, a moron. And if he is, that says a lot more about the Democrats than it does say about him. And again, the same thing applies on the right. Like, this is just what's going on right now, which is why I'm picking the one side. But it's like, yeah, during the 2016 election, people were like, oh my God, the dang libertarians, they were the reason they lost. And in past elections, every time a Republican lost, they were like, dang libertarians, dang third-party voters. And it's like, no, put up a better candidate. It's like if you have some friends and you treat your friends horribly, like you're just a bad friend to those friends, and they go and find other friends, it's not the fault of these new friends. Like, if they stop being friends with you and they go to these other people, it's not the fault of the other people. The other people were better than you, and the friends decided that. It's like, just be better. This is getting sad. Your Democrat lost by 1754 votes. The Green Party candidate received 1127 votes. Even if the Democrat earned those Green Party votes, he didn't, he still would have lost. At this point, you sound like an angry Brady Bunch kid shouting Putin, Putin, Putin. I don't know who this guy is, but he's right. Like, according to this, like, I mean, all the votes aren't officially tallied, to the best of my knowledge at the time of this recording, but still, like, even if not a single person had voted for a Green Party candidate, they still would have lost. So on top of that, even if it was a higher number, it's still not the Green Party's fault. But this makes it even less the Green Party's fault. It's almost like no one ever voted for the Green Party before. Obviously, the votes this time are the Russians. I like Tim Pool. Yeah, like, people vote for the Green Party all the time. That like, you can't look at people that vote for the Green Party. And I mean, I personally have never voted for the Green Party, and I will never say never, but I probably never will. But again, I'll never say never. Who knows what could happen? Who knows if my views will change over time? But yeah, it's not their fault. Like, I am saying... I love when people are mad. It's great. Like, it's really bad to laugh at other people's misfortune, but when they're bad people, it's okay. And I know that sounds like that's so arbitrary because so many people are like, oh, this person's a bad person, so it's okay to laugh at their misfortune. Like, this is just a guy being mad on the internet, and if someone's just mad on the internet, then it's like... It's great how the internet will freak out about the Green Party candidate in Ohio getting less than 1% of the vote, but not about a millionaire essentially buying himself 16% of the vote in Michigan and sabotaging a promising progressive gubernatorial candidate. That's the reference to something I don't understand. If you understand that, post a comment and let people know. I'm so tired of the Green Party ruining every election in their superiority complex. Don't people realize how high the stakes are? Green stands for one thing, getting Republicans elected every November. That is stupid. This guy is a moron, Joshua Roberts. It's like, the Green Party ran a candidate because they didn't like, that's the thing, the people that make the Green Party, most of the people that vote for the Green Party weren't going to vote for the Democratic candidate anyway. Because obviously, they have two things in mind. They have decided two things. They decided, one, that the Democratic Party candidate does not represent them. And two, they realized that the stakes aren't high enough that even if they didn't represent them, they wouldn't vote for him. That's the thing. It's not the fault of the Green Party, because I imagine that most of these votes, they would either not vote, or they'd vote for a Libertarian, or they'd vote for another third party, like, or they'd write in someone. They're not going to vote for these other people. It really is time for the Green Party to stop with the monkey wrenching. Again, it's like, it's not the fault of the Green Party, it is your fault. People that vote for the Green Party are the people that see a guy kidnapping children and don't say anything to anyone or help in any way, but then call the neighborhood watch because someone stole one of their lawn ornaments because the only problem that matters are theirs. No, it's that it's... Okay, all these people that are saying, like, the stakes are so high and nobody else cares. It's not that we don't care, it's that we reject the premise that the stakes are high. Like, it's not that we're, like, looking at evil people and we're like, yeah, that's fine. Like, I don't care. Evil people, whatever, I don't care. It doesn't bother me. people taking their rights away. I don't care. That's not what's going on. What's going on is they're rejecting the idea that what you think is happening is actually happening. They're completely rejecting you. They're saying no. That's the same thing with libertarians. Like, everyone that votes libertarian looks at Republican. I mean, there are left-leaning libertarians, obviously. But for the most part, it's like you have the Republican Party on the right, and then, like, the libertarians are kind of like the alternative to the Republican Party. And then on the left, you have the Democratic Party, and the Green Party is, like, the alternative to that. There are exceptions. There are crisscrosses. But overall, like, that's the general placement. But it's like, if you voted for libertarian, like, libertarians don't look at Republicans and be like, well, the Democrats are really dang awful and evil people and they're terrible human beings and, like, they're going to destroy the planet, but I don't care enough, I'm just going to vote for libertarian. They're like, no, they think both parties, it's not worth it. They think it is not worthwhile. They reject the idea of what is happening. Green Party votes don't belong to you unless you persuade Green Party voters to vote for you. Oh my God. Finally. Yes, this dog is correct. It took a dog to say. If you want people to think you're a little selfish, take up 2 parking spaces at the mall. If you want people to think you're unbearably, mind-numbingly selfish, vote Green Party in a close election. I honestly thought it was going to go the other direction, saying, if you want people to think you're horrible, like, blame the Green Party or something, or like think you're entitled to Green Party votes. But no, it was saying vote Green Party in a close election, and it's like, no. It's not that they're selfish. It's that they reject your worldview. They think you are wrong. 741 vote lead. Okay, so at this time it was more. And of course, people were swearing at Green Party voters. It's almost, you know what? You want to know how you get people to vote for the Green Party? You act like this. Anyone that acts like this is not on my side. Like, I mean, I guess I don't really have. I guess I have a side. I don't know if I have a side or not. I don't get into the whole, like, sides thing, but obviously, like, from an individual perspective, if someone is acting like this, I'm probably going to be against them because this person is horrible. They vote for the Green Parties. They vote for a Republican. How many times have I heard that with a different party here and a different party here? Oh, you can't say my mouse. With a different party on the Green Party where it says Green and a different party where it says Republican. Do I have to remind everyone, Jill Stein was at the table with Putin and Mike Flynn in December of 2015, made regular appearances on the Russian propaganda network where she trashed America and appeared at Russian propaganda conference. My problems with her, not the Green Party. I think Jill Stein's a little crazy. Like, I don't know much about her. So again, like, I'm not saying this is who she is. I'm saying this is my impression of her and that she seems a little nutty. But the fact that during the 2016 election, she took so many people's money, like, I guess I'm claiming that she was going to challenge the election or called for revotes or whatever, recount. She just funded her entire 2020 campaign from people complaining about Trump. That is hilarious, and that's awesome. Dear Green Party, can you please wait to... Oh, I've already seen this, I think. Gonna lose it, but if the Green Party costs Democrats Ohio District 12... But gonna lose it if the Green Party costs Democrats Ohio 12. If you want a third party, fine, but the Green Party is never ever gonna happen. The only thing it ever accomplishes is helping to elect Republicans. Okay, you're gonna lose it, but again, you're blaming the Green Party, and it's not the Green Party's fault. It is your fault. It is the fault of the Democratic Party. Because why can't I just say it's the fault of the Democratic Party that the Green Party didn't win? Why can't I say that? It's because they just got more votes? It's because they're an official party? Like, that doesn't mean anything. Don't blame the Green Party. That's the thing. I don't know if I'd ever vote for a Green Party candidate, but they're a lot better than the Democratic Party at the moment. Honestly, I'd probably vote for them in Ohio if I was part of Ohio. If I had to choose between, like, the Democrats or the Green Party. And it's like, give us more choices. Like, we want more choices. The people want more choices. And the fact that, like, the Green Party is there, they're serving a need for all those people that wanted a third or fourth choice. And good. For real, if you're still pissing away your vote on the Green Party in 2018, you need to wake up and get your head in the game. Screw you. Danny O'Connor could lose because of a Green Party candidate. Are you kidding me? If you're progressive and you voted for the Green Party candidate in Ohio in 2012, you're worse than a Trump. Oh my God, you're worse than a neo-Nazi, white supremacist, like alt-right. Oh my God, if you're progressive and you voted for the Green Party, you are worse than neo-Nazis. Well, I can sum up this tweet as liberals get the bullet too, if you've ever heard that before. Oh my God. Of course he has a check mark, no surprise there. If there's one thing I know for sure, it's this. The existence of the Green Party is the only thing keeping Green Party votes from going Democrat. I am very smart. I can't tell if that was sarcasm or not. Who are these Green Party voters really in 2018, you ask? The Green Party is really Russian operatives paid to influence voting elector to divide Democrats. Jill Stein, Bernie Sanders, Rand Paul. Libertarian really means Russian roulette. I can't tell if this is a parody account or not, because it's written like a parody. This guy can't be real. Oh my God. You voted Green Party because the Dem wasn't liberal enough in a district. Trump won by double digits. You're a moron. Yes, this is how you get Green Party votes right here. This is how you get Green Party votes. Stop attacking the Green Party. Don't give them attention. It won't help. They're just another thing we have to fight on top of foreign influence operations. GOP voter suppression, gerrymandering, voter ID laws, propaganda, and brainwashing. November is ours. Yet another, like, if you're not with us, you're against us. If you disagree with us, but you're not on the opposite side, you're basically a neo-Nazi, is what I'm seeing here. Which is why I will always fight to stay away from, like, from having this attitude of we need to defeat the radical left, we need to defeat the far left. Like, honestly, don't get me wrong. Like, in my opinion, the far left is the biggest threat to this country, and not like the so-called alt-right, which, geez, they can't do anything right. Like, if it wasn't for the people on the left constantly referring to the alt-right wouldn't even be a thing. Like, it'd be like the flat earthers. Like, they'd exist, but no one would really care. But oh my God, this guy is just campaigning so hard for the Green Party right now. I have to. I have to put this down. Follow me at LibertyNack if you haven't already. Liberty NAK. I'm having a blast. I'm having more fun than I should be having. Just all the people that are mad. It's so funny. This is why, like, you can't take yourself too seriously. You just gotta have fun with it. Like, I take politics seriously. Like, I hate politics because it won't leave me alone. Like, politics is a really serious thing, but you can't take yourself too seriously, no matter how serious the topic is. Like, you gotta learn to just take a breath, calm down. Now, you can be as gung-ho and serious as you want, as long as you're using it in the sense of, like, self-criticism and construction. Like, oh, things went bad for me. Okay, like, I need to take seriously how I can do better. But instead, these people were like, oh, other people didn't do what I wanted. It's their fault. It's like, no, it's your fault. I don't even know what to play. Does this make for a bad video that I'm just tweeting while I'm recording? It probably is. I'm gonna post it. It's 1 o'clock in the morning right now. The Green Party is like a kidney stone, perpetually making the progressive movement miss blood. In saying that its Kremlin connections are being utterly ignored. Wouldn't be surprised if Jill Stein and Rand Paul ended up banging some drunken night in Moscow. Two frauds. Imagine, like, these people have never. Oh my God, was that always there, or did someone respond? I'll leave that alone. My Twitter is not worth making a video out of. This video isn't really worthwhile, probably. I mean, I guess I'll see it from the analytics, but I'm just having fun. See, you know, like Rand Paul's one of those people. Like, I see plenty of people that dislike Rand Paul, but then, because I mean, I'm a libertarian, so I follow libertarian circles. There's so many libertarians that don't like Rand Paul because he's not libertarian enough. Like they just think he's he's someone that could have been libertarian but wasn't. But I have never seen so many people like hate on Rand Paul as much as they do. From like, they think the guy is like a neo-Nazi. They think the guy's a Russian agent, and they're trusting like John McCain to say he's a Russian agent. It's like, holy crap! Imagine hating someone that much. It's like, here, short life lesson. Like, don't hate anyone. Like, honestly, like, hating someone is beneath. Like, hating people is beneath me, to be honest. Like, I don't know if that sounds narcissistic. It doesn't to me, but apparently to some people it must. But it's like hating people. Like, if you hate someone, if you hate someone, like, stop. Like, get them out. They're living rent free in your head right now. Because here's the thing: either I like people or I don't care about them. And of course, there's people in the middle. Oh my God, people are gonna take that tweet out of context, or that tweet. Oh my God, people are gonna take that quote out of context. That obviously there are people in the middle. Like, if I've never met someone, I still have a decent, like, I want them to do good in the world. Or, like, I want them to have a good life. But the thing is, like, I either like people, I either want them to do good, or I don't care. Like, you'd be surprised. Like, when there are people that I don't like, instead of thinking about how much I dislike them, or focusing on them, or like taking time out of my day to think about how much I dislike them, or wishing harm upon them, I just don't care. They're out of my head. Like, as soon as I don't like someone, they're out of my head. I don't think about them unless, like, I'm near them and I have to be near them for whatever circumstance. But generally, it's like, if you find yourself like really hating people, or like certain people, it's like, get them out of your life. Like, and of course, when it comes to like Trump and, like, the thing was with Obama, like when Obama, I wasn't really that into politics when I only got into politics in like 2014, 2015. So then that was like right when the election was coming around, and everyone cared about the candidates before they cared about Obama. But for me, it was like every time Obama did something bad, like I could make a video saying like, hey, this is, I mean, I didn't have a channel back then, but I could make a video saying like, hey, this is a bad thing. But the whole thing was, I wouldn't make a video because I hated Obama. I'd make a video because of like, this policy is bad and here's why. And that's the thing. Like, again, if you find yourself hating people, like this thing, I do article audits where I like go through articles and prove why they're wrong. It's not because I hate the writers. It's not because I hate the people writing these articles. It's because they're putting out false things and I have to show why they're wrong. With as tiny of a platform as I have, which my platform like grew, my channel grew like 20%, or no, not that's incorrect, like 15% in a week, in this past week. So it's like, thank you for new subscribers. Like, thank you all my new subscribers. Hello, welcome. Hopefully this doesn't make you unsubscribe, because we're going on half an hour and I'm just having a blast. So glad to see the Green Party is hard at work in Ohio 12, making sure we can't have nice things. Weak tweet. Congrats, Green Party, by not voting Democrat. You're keeping Republicans in power. Imagine having such a like black and white view of the world. You can vote Democrat and still get your message across. Not really. Democrats have been fighting for the environment long before the Green Party existed. Not really, honestly. Like, I know they think they are, but they're not. There we go. Actually, no, encouraging is wrong. Convincing people not to vote for the Green Party. I'm just going to assume Green Party voters are conservatives who can't bring themselves to vote Republican, because that is only possible. That is the only possible explanation after 18 months of Trump admin wreaking havoc on everything. No way those are conscientious progressives. And that's that's my issue with progressives. It's like, no, don't get me wrong. Everyone does it. Everyone does it. That's the thing. I'm just talking about progressives right now, but everyone does it. That you can't get stuck in this bubble. They see how they view the world, and they think everyone else views the world in the same way. And if they do something different, it's because they don't care. Like, they think that the average person looks at the Trump administration and are like, yeah, this guy's really destroying human rights. This guy's really, like, attacking people, and this guy's really being awful, but I don't care. It's like, no, we reject that idea. We reject what it's happening. And it's not even that people are like, yeah, I really like that he's taking away human rights. It's like, no, that's not what's happening. People are looking at these policies and saying they are good for human beings. And that's the thing. Whether you think that is right or wrong, you at least have to get that in your mind, that is what these people think. And you have to figure out why people think that and then try to convince them. If you support the Green Party, unfollow me now. I see some of you have already. No, you're not on my side. At forever never. These people. Holy crap, 70,000 followers. Stop blaming the Green Party. Stop making excuses. What just happened is a clear message to Democrats. Every single vote will matter November 6th. Danny O'Connor just struck fear through the entire Republican Party. Balderson should have won by at least 10%. Get ready. I guess that's a Trump guy. Is it? He has a picture with... Is that Obama? I don't know. The Green Party electing Republicans since 2000. No. It's just that you're bad. It's that you aren't doing a good enough job. Story of tonight. Voting Green Party helps no one. Stop doing it. Also vaccinate your children. Is there an official Green Party position on, like, vaccinations? Because from what I hear, again, this is just what I hear. That they apparently, like, that's a complicated thing there. That they're not entirely on that side. Can I say F the Green Party and F Dr. What did Dr. Jill Stein do? I mean, I guess she endorsed the Green Party. I assume she did. Attention Green Party, this is you. How am I saying? A reminder that the Green Party stands for Get Republicans Elected Every November. Oh, that's neat. That is all, but it's wrong. Thank you for always being so helpful, Green Party. You are truly the best, and everyone really appreciates what you're doing. Well, 50%, 50% of the population in Ohio apparently likes what the Green Party is doing. No, but it's like, seriously, if it's that close, like, you could have just worked a little bit harder. You could have convinced people a little bit better. This is not convincing people what you're doing. This is not convincing people. Because I guarantee you're losing votes right now. Like, oh my God. Like, imagine... The words hateful and divisive just came into my mind. And it's like, holy crap, these people accuse everyone that they disagree with of being hateful and divisive. What did I just spend the last half hour reading? If not hateful and divisive rhetoric? Oh my God. I'm still having fun, don't get me wrong. The Green Party is like someone in the passenger seat who yanks the steering wheel, causing a crash, then says the crash wouldn't have happened if they'd been driving. No, they basically just say, like, I'm not getting in the car. They're like, you do what you want, I'm going my own way. And that's fine. Dear Green Party. I can't. I don't know what's going on. But something you. That's you. I don't know. F the Green Party. Seriously, F them. I don't know who Tara Strong is, but I've heard her name before. I think. Who is Tara Strong? I don't know. I don't care. To everyone complaining about the Green Party, look at the vote totals. Balderson wins by nearly... There's another one saying, like, hey, actually, even then, it still wouldn't have been him. I reached the point in election night... Just remember, caps lock is cruise control for cool. And for people that have lost their cool. I have reached the point in election night where all tweets will be in caps and I will be cursing more than usual. Sorry in advance. Also... Really have to respect the Green Party's commitment to effing over progress on such a consistent basis. Thank you, Green Party. Not because you, like, supposedly helped Republicans win, but because you're making all these people mad. Thank you. Anyone that gets this mad deserves to be mad. Like, that's the thing. Anyone that blames other people for their own failures deserves to be mad. O'Connor is leading by 673 votes right now. The Green Party candidate is 967. F the Green Party right now. I have precisely zero love for the Green Party and find it generally really unhelpful, but the outsized influence of millionaires in politics seems a million times more pernicious, and also elections should be publicly financed. At least he's not blaming the Green Party. My take on the Green Party in Ohio is that if you are casting a protest vote on the left in August of 2018, you are an extremist, and this vote was never going to be a serious candidate. Those are not informed people making an informed decision. They're fringe whack jobs. Oh my God, another example of divisive rhetoric. Actually, I don't know why I put 2018. A great endorsement for the Green Party. Probably a centrist. There we go. Anyone who's called extremist is probably a centrist. That's right. Smear the Green Party and its hundreds of volunteers. Meanwhile, totally ignore the millions pouring in from wealthy donors and corporations. But hey, that won't be great conversation starters at cocktail parties. That's actually a good point. That remember that the Democratic and Republican parties have so much money, so much corporate influence, just so much power. All that power. And yet they still lost. Or they still, like, the Green Party supposedly threw the election in their opinions. That apparently the Green Party, if again just little volunteers, just a few hundred volunteers. That's not that many. If you're looking at politics like on a bigger scale, that's not that many people compared to the like millions and millions and millions financing both of the big parties. If the Green Party was really like big enough, if the Green Party was really that influential, you're not doing that good of a job. Another great endorsement for the Green Party. Green Party voters, no one is saying you can't vote for your candidates, but don't tell me you care about the environment if you know your vote will make the difference between them winning over a rep and you still choose to vote for your candidate who has no chance of winning. Well, for one, they're probably thinking long term. Two, they're assuming that the Democratic candidates are somehow going to like save the environment, which I reject, and I assume Green Party voters reject. If you're voting Green Party in Trump's America, then it's a clear indication that you don't care about the issues facing this country. No. Or they care about the issues and they have a different opinion than you. Anyone that thinks that their opinion is, like anyone that thinks that their view on the world is just self-evident and totally obvious, probably doesn't know that much about the world. They're probably stuck in an echo chamber and they assume everyone thinks like them, and everyone that doesn't is a terrible human being. Democrats, why won't people vote for bland centrist cop guy number 3? Clearly it must be the Green Party's fault. There's that again. If the Green Party F's up this race again, I'm going to stop recycling out of pure spite. Imagine screwing over the environment because you're mad. You're mad that you didn't get your way in politics. You're going to stop recycling. Imagine that. Oh my God. You can tell this person doesn't care about the environment. They just care about getting their way in politics. Voting Green in a special election. Basically, diehard Green Party voters exist to help GOP candidates win. I don't care about protest votes. If you don't vote Dem, you're voting for Trump. Another moron. Tonight's election in Ohio serves as a reminder that we are not a parliamentary system of government, so votes for the Green Party made by people who believe the Democratic Party is not progressive enough are in effect votes for the Republican candidate. No. Every time you say a vote for X is a vote for Y, no. Just no. That's the thing. It's wrong. It's weird that Dem shills feel entitled to Green Party voter votes as if they're not cast on an entirely different set of principles. And what of the thousands of people who didn't vote at all? What are you doing to win their vote? Not being Republican isn't really a motivator. Good. This guy's smart. Actually, this is something I've been thinking of lately about like whether or not it's worthwhile to vote. Now, is it like, can I make an argument that your individual vote will make a difference in the world? Well, it's not. Like, let's face it, your individual vote will not make a difference. However, it's all about getting, like, again, if you can get, like, 10 other people, you know, that weren't originally going to vote and get them to vote, like, I know this is something that politicians say all the time, but that's the thing, like, if a bunch of people all consciously make that decision of, this time I'm going to vote, yes, it does make a difference. And my point here isn't so much to say that, like, oh, we need to get out the vote. It's more that every time someone doesn't vote because they're sick of the system, people think it's just apathy. They're like, oh, people didn't vote because they didn't care. Well, it's not so much that they didn't care. It's that they hate the system as a whole. It's not that they don't care about politics. It's that they think the system itself is broken, and that's why they're not voting. And not that the system itself is I suppose, irrelevant. If I'm making my point accurately, I can tell how that can be construed as me saying the same thing both ways. But I think it would be best to vote, even if I'm not saying go and make your vote matter. I'm saying vote, like show up to the voting booth just to write in someone. Show up to the voting booth just to vote for the third party. Show up to the voting booth just to put something in. Because though, and I suppose make it relatively serious. Like, make it to where people can't say it's apathy. Because I think Green Party voters, it's not they don't care, it's that they reject your ideas. They reject what you stand for, and they're voting for the Green Party instead. These people aren't apathetic. These people cared enough to vote, and it wasn't for you. So that's my spin on why you should vote. Not because it'll make much of a difference, but because at least then if you vote, people won't look at you and say, oh, you're apathetic about politics. It's like, no, it's not that you're apathetic. It's that you reject the candidates. You reject the main candidates. Hi, I'm a Green Party voter. I love the environment so damn much. I keep accidentally electing climate change deniers who are owned by the fossil fuel industry. Do I get a cookie now for being a nonconformist? You're stupid. And one more thing. I'm as liberal as they come, but F the Green Party and F anyone who votes for the Green Party. That doesn't sound very liberal. If we're talking about liberal in the original context and the original definition, not very liberal. The people that voted for the Green Party... I can't tell if this is a guy having fun or not, but if he is, that's funny. Dems were outspent 5-1 in a Republican gerrymandering district that has been Republican for the last 40 years and almost won the Ohio 12th. Chins up, mucksters. We get another shot in November. We lost by the Green Party taking votes away. So think about this in November. No fooling. Yeah, maybe you should reach out to people and say, why didn't you vote for us? And let's not like, why didn't you vote for us? You bigot, or you neo-Nazi, you're worse than a Nazi, you're a Trump supporter. Oh my God. Like, why didn't these people vote for you? Figure it out. Because here's the thing, if they're all terrible people, then you're not going to get their votes, in your view. If your view is that you're moral and these people are terrible, you're not going to get their votes. Period. So, that's the thing, you are just not going to get their votes. So, it's not like, there's not much you can do there. But, if you want their votes, then you need to talk to them. You need to figure out why they did what they did. I think this might be like the longest video I've ever done that wasn't a conversation. Holy crap, but I'm having too much fun. The Green Party, while fielding doomed candidates, continued to succeed in doing immense damage to their purported causes, especially environmentalism and social justice. And that's the thing. Just like, these people voted for their principles, and they reject the idea that the Democratic Party represented their principles. So that's the thing. Just because everyone else votes for, like, the party like that, doesn't mean they weren't voting on their principles or for environmentalism and all that. It's like, no. We got kids in cages and asbestos coming back, and people have the nerve to vote Green Party. So Democrats are hating on Green Party voters because they're voting for someone they believe in and not who Democrats believe in. Oh my God, a socialist. Here we go, a democratic socialist. A democratic socialist. Democratic socialist, as if, yeah. As a reminder to people getting angry over the Green Party candidate in Ohio 12, don't assume that every Green Party vote would go to the Democrat. These are people that don't like either party, and yelling at them isn't going to make them like you more. Did I read this already? Either way, this guy's right. If people identify with the Green Party or the Libertarian Party, that's their right as Americans, and they should never be told to feel shame for their beliefs. The two big parties are owed nothing. They're supposed to earn their votes. They're supposed to work for us. Exactly. Okay, we've seen that already. Yeah, I think I'll end it here. Yeah, there's not much else to it. Okay, last one. Green Party again helps GOP this time in the Ohio special election. Danny O'Connor would have won. Why would anyone cast a protest vote that will help GOP? Well, that's assuming it's a protest vote. Like, you can tell these people have never voted, like, third party in their lives because it's not necessarily a protest vote. It's like, if I vote Libertarian, it's not because I'm protesting against the Republicans and Democrats. It's because, I mean, I'm just saying this guy represents what I want more than the other two people. Or the other, again, how many people are running. But yeah. There's not much else to say here. This was a lot of fun because people are idiots and they're so mad, and it's fun when people are mad. It's hilarious when bad people are mad. So, but yeah, if you liked my lowest quality video ever, give it a like. So it's just me giggling for 45 minutes. Oh my god. Subscribe for more. It really helps me a lot. That subscribe button's really great. Again, 10 or like 13 new subscribers this month, and for such a small channel as mine, that's great. So welcome all my new subscribers. If you watched this, I'm so sorry. This is not normally what I do. I normally do better, like, actual informative stuff and not just saying the same thing over and again. Well, actually, that's exactly my channel. But no, thank you so much for subscribing, for liking, whatever. I really greatly appreciate it. And thanks for watching.